What's up, what's a Spiracle, and welcome to the full version of It Will Be Hard by Hin Pham and Amon Wolf, I think. This is the full version of the comic that I read the demo release of a little while ago. And actually, Mr. Pham reached out to me and thanked me for doing that video, so, I mean, you're welcome. You're very welcome. So hopefully I will be able to do the full version just as much justice, but I'm really excited to see the full story for this. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so right arrow is next page, left arrow is previous page, right arrow. Yeah, minus and plus or zoom, and options. Okay. Oh, chapter 1. Arthur, we should start on that breakfast for Lydia soon. Shh, it's okay, we're sleeping. Go to sleep. You're drooling my back. Oh, look at this nice house. Hey, I'm gonna be heading over to James's soon. It's just a pub date tonight, then I'll probably be staying over at his place sometime next week. It's going pretty well so far. We used to be together, so I kinda knew what to expect. You know, we could all go someplace nice together sometime. You could see what he's like. Well, the bar's been getting busy, so maybe after the festival or some other time. Hey, how good are these veggies, huh? I thought they would be a catch at that price, but nah. Let's get more today. Sure. It smells so good. Still not sick of it yet? It hasn't been that long, has it? Every morning since, what? Since we were crashing at Lydia's. Scientifically putting together a meal. I couldn't afford much meat, but we were really good at stretching each batch into a whole day's worth. The key was pacing out what you actually want with enough filler veggies. It works! We had so many carrots, we may as well have been horses. The only difference is being horses get a stable income. Wow, I do not care at all for that. That looks like a... What is that? What is that? Then you went out and made this necklace. Aww. Well, one of several. Hey, I didn't know which one you'd like. And you kept all of them. Harold, I am anything but wasteful. And I do wear them in rotation, you know? Could you give me a spoon, please? Ooh. Here you go. Could you give me a spoon? Could you set one down for Lydia, please? She's here. Get your business face on. Lydia! Harold, hello. I bring good tidings this morning. The Tri-Point Convergence is here. It's still a month away, but the council has given notice to the local businesses. Lucky for us, this year's parade is positioned to go right in front of the bar. With the right plan, this could be huge for us. Goodness knows we need a win. What do you have in mind? Everyone is going to do specials, discounts and the likes. We will do the same, but we need something extra to stand out from the crowd. You missed your mouth there. It needs to be something special. We've always been known for our hospitality, yeah? Let's focus on that. How do you figure we could advertise friendliness? Sure, our regulars are local, but our word of mouth never goes beyond them. That has always been one of our biggest problems. Do you know what the other places are doing? See if they inspire us? I'm sure next door is doing those obnoxious displays again. Some big competition that's completely against the whole idea of the festival. They never stick to the theme, but they have always had the capital for fancy raffle prizes that we can't compete with. What if we do stick to the theme? What if we lean into the history behind the festival? What do you mean? We could play up how far we've come since the initial struggle between the three nations, offer something that symbolizes the converging of our countries. The bar, as a place of respite, can only exist thanks to the convergence. How do we solidify that spirit of peace and unity? I could make commemorative souvenirs? Custom memorabilia, maybe? Oh, like a little token of something. That has potential. I just scored a load of wood on sale too. I can make them cheap. Done. That's a start, Harold. Please work on a prototype as soon as you can. Oh, I don't know if it'll be any good. Harold, you made most of my furniture. I trust you. Arthur, let's hit the market. We've got some restocking to do. Sure, but you should finish your breakfast first, though. That's right, remind me who was it that wouldn't let us work our morning shifts until we've had a meal? Why, I do believe it was Lydia, who famously said, "No breakfast, break fast." Alright. I'll get more veggies when the wagon comes by again. And I'll be going out tonight, so don't wait up. Ooh, date night with James. Don't hold back on my account. Don't worry about that. Love you. Love you too. Who's that? That's the stuff. Oh man, I like how the backdrop darkens when it's nighttime. That's a really neat. I love the whole setup of this, and I'm only going to gush briefly about the art, but the art is beautiful. That's all I'm going to say about it. Let's go on. I should have got it everywhere, sorry. And I'm really going to miss this place when the place gets busy again. The quiet does have its charm. Can't pay the bills with quiet, though. I hear that. Hey, the Convergence Festival's coming up, no? Y'all got any plans for that? Yeah, how goes the strategizing? I'm still pinning down the details, but I think we'll have something special lined up this year. Though it is hard to plan two things at once. Two? My anniversary with Mills and Yeti. Aww. Aww. I'm not quite sure what to do for them yet. Oh, how nice. I'll tell you what, one of me's hard enough to take care of. Can't imagine how hard it is for trias like yours. It does take a lot of work to get on the same page, but we are happy. Lydia's an expert if you need relationship advice. Perfectly happy by myself, thank you. How are you and Harold, by the way? Good. We're good. Lydia helped us figure out an arrangement. Harold's off to someone else whenever he needs to, and I'm always home for the cuddling afterward. He gets what he wants, I get my peace and quiet. We never have to talk about it. That's not a good thing. Always communicate with your partners, no matter what. And how is Harold feeling? I assume well enough. He can handle himself. Arthur, it's not about shoveling Harold's needs off to somebody else. You still need to be a good partner and make sure he's happy. If something came up, he'd have told me. Make sure you listen when he does, okay? Okay. I know it's still hard from you, but don't be complacent. Just take care. I will. Thank you. You know, you could take your partners to this bar right here. The bar will get their business, and you'll have the whole place to yourselves. And you would assume I haven't done that before? I did too, more than once. Aye, great. Great minds think alike. Oh, that was James. Okay. Leaving already? Sorry, I'm running some errands with Arthur and Lydia. I'm sure you don't need to go so soon. James, I don't want to be late. Don't fight. You know you want it. Just a quick one. Ugh. 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 Alright. Why does it keep happening? I really thought we were getting somewhere tonight, but not when he started to creep out the folks I was chatting up. I wasn't stopping you from going with him, though. I don't know, this whole fixation on spit roasting was starting to grow on me. Nah, not without you. Should we haunt bars again? I've lost count of how many places we've been already. Why don't we haunt your friend's bar? Where's Arthur, anyway? Shouldn't he be your wingman? Arthur... well, he works there. We both do, actually. He doesn't get anything out of these outings. Unlike me, he doesn't need to hook up. He just doesn't do much sex stuff at all. But you do, Harold. What's the point of being with him if he doesn't? Because I love him. Sure you do. Sex and love are two different things, James. Sure they are, but consider this. What are you doing with someone who isn't giving you what you need? Because it feels like I don't need anything when I'm with him. It's cute! They both look cute. This one. He cooks with me, and he eats with me. On our break days, we would bake, make a mess, and enjoy that mess together. And I never feel judged for it. I don't need to change the way I act around him. I could just be. That's not enough, is it? Yeah, but it's not on him to provide. I knew that coming into the relationship. I don't know. I wish it was easier. You know what? I'll do you a favor. I'll make it easier for you. What do you mean? You and me. Can't you see? The answer's been right in front of us this whole time. James, we've tried this before. It didn't work. This time it's different. This time it's purely physical. Let's just forget about what happened between us before. This time, Arthur can take care of your sentiments, and I can give you what you really need. Oh, come on. Don't pretend like you don't miss this. Only as long as we're clear on me and Arthur. Sure, we are. Alright. I'll need to be going. Gotta run this errand. I assume I'm not invited to this errand? It's bar business, James. Nothing fun. Then stay here with me for a while. I'm fun. I can't leave Arthur waiting. It's important. And I'm not? James, that's not what I said. Lately, all you talk about is this festival and Arthur. What about me? After all I've done for you? Ugh. Ugh. Ew. 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 Listen. If your significant other says anything like this to you, fucking run. That is gross and manipulative, and you deserve better. That's all I'm gonna say. Your fucker of a lover doesn't even touch you. But I did. You should know better by now. Arthur doesn't fucking love you. The only thing you've ever cooked up with him is your own delusion that he doesn't judge you. Where was he when you came crawling to me, night after night, begging me to fuck you? Don't forget who's there for you in the end. Arthur doesn't fuck you because he doesn't love you. But I do, Harold. Should have realized that by now. Get away from me! You're running again? Why do you even bother? You always come back anyway. So the basics of it is we will have a quest line that runs through several local businesses. When a customer visits one of these locations, they'll be handed a token. Once they get to our bar, those who have collected all of the tokens will be awarded a free drink. Oh, how exciting! Today we will meet a few of the local businesses, finalize their buy-in payments for the tokens, and invite them to the pre-festival function. Harold? Do you want to swing by the bakery on the way home? I've been craving those spicy rolls. Yeah, sure. None for me, but we could drop by, yeah. Is something wrong? Harold? It's fine. Don't worry about it. First, the 3 separated kingdoms. This part of our history is best represented with specialty foods from each of our 3 home nations. Folks will collect their first token and start their quest with you. Second, the point of contention. Your armor showcase and mock battles will be perfect here. They will represent each faction's armed presence and the rising tension at the time. I love all the easy diversity in this. It's just neat. And I had no idea this was the frame narrative. Like, the ability to so easily combine, like, the frame narrative of the festival and also the narrative of their relationship. It's really well done. Good job, Heen. Hey, Arthur? I was meant to stay at James's tonight, but things changed. Something happened with James, and I'm probably staying home for a while. I can make dinner! Now we have to swing by the bakery. Those spicy rolls would be perfect. We could roast some mushroom and broccoli. Does that sound good? Sure. Talk to him! Talk to him! Third, the convergence. The diplomats stuck in one room are all trying to find a peaceful way forward. This will be a great implementation of that. Escape the dungeon! That's beautiful. Man, I only did an escape room once, but it was a lot of fun. Finally, a city of Tri-Point formed under peace. Anyone with a full set can grab a free drink and bite from our establishments. Perhaps we can even throw in a few vouchers to retain those customers. I've gotta hand it to you. This festival quest of yours sounds perfect. Do you do this every year? We try something different each year. We haven't collaborated with other businesses like this before. Wow, me and mine only moved here not too long ago. I had no idea how big the convergence was here. I was here when it happened. Really? I remember like it was yesterday. I remember the part that most folks tend to gloss over. We celebrate the outcome of the convergence now, but it took a painfully long while before the first meeting was even called. I remember walking in the streets and physically feeling the tension in the air. Wow. We lived right in the neutral zone, next to the borders. We had no idea what was going to happen. I was almost conscripted. Everyone had their doors knocked on 2-3 times a week. My entire neighborhood carried dry foods and emergency supplies with us at all times. We were all anticipating for the war to break out unannounced at the drop of a hat. In the end, it was the diplomats who went in and did the real work. It would have been easy for the nations to just fight, but it takes guts to sit down and listen. Arthur doesn't fucking love you. You should know better by now. Arthur doesn't fuck you because he doesn't love you. But I do, Harold. Where was he when you came crawling to me night after night, begging me to fuck you? The only thing you've ever cooked up with him is your own delusion that he doesn't judge you. Don't forget who helped you in the end. You should have realized that by now. Wow, the convergence turned out to be quite a thing, huh? It certainly is. Thank you for the work and for the pleasant chat. I hope we'll see you at the pre-festival party. We'll try to be there for sure. Glad to be doing business with you. Well, that was quite nice. Are you two ready to head back? Sorry. I don't know why I'm... Arthur, stay with Harold. I'll get him something to drink. Okay. Harold, please let me know if something's wrong. I'm here for you. It's fine. It's not your problem anyway. What do you mean? If I can help with your problems, then I want to. No, you don't. What? Of course I do. It's James. You don't care about James. Every time I talk to you about James, your eyes glaze over and you don't look at me. Like it's some secret shame that only I carry, even though it was an agreement that we both made. I'm sorry. I promise I will listen. Please, tell me what's wrong. I should have known better. When I was looking for hookups again, he was there for me. We came to an agreement, too, that it was supposed to be purely physical. I really should have known better. He's always been possessive and manipulative and vaguely abusive. We used to date before I met you, and we broke up for a reason. I should have remembered that reason. But when you couldn't be there for me, he was. And he made me feel wanted in a way that you don't. Arthur, I love you. The way that you make me feel when we're together is like nothing else. But there's always a part of me that you can't be there for. James takes care of that for me. But when I'm with him, it makes me feel weak and worthless. And when I want to talk to you about him, you change the subject like I'm not worth listening to. I don't need James to rave about you. I don't need you to start fucking me. I can't do this alone. I just want someone to listen. Harold, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've left you to be hurt like this. None of this is your fault. I should have been there for you. It's not that you should have known better. James should have treated you better. I should have treated you better. You deserve better. I don't know what the right thing is to say right now, but I'm sorry. I promise I will listen. Thank you. Here, drink up and take the rest of the day off. Thank you, and sorry. What for? I didn't mean to just start crying like that. You should never be ashamed of crying. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Just ask Arthur. He is a proficient crier, sometimes over the silliest of reasons. Aw. Why are you exposing me like this? Oh no, Lydia. Harold made me too many necklaces. I mean, come on. What? Right, then didn't you then try to steal one? I borrowed one to inspect it before commissioning Harold to make a few for myself. Yeah, well, when people borrow things, they usually return them. I was a fish short in my collection for months. It's so important to listen to your partners and make them feel safe and loved and cared for. This is such a good story. Such a good story. So pure. I love the acceptance of polyamory and of open relationships and teaching people to be in them healthily, and it's so good. Aw, look at y'all. Both so handsome. Is this okay? What? Why are you being weird? I was speechless. You're beautiful. Oh, you're both beautiful. Thank you everyone for coming. It has been a long, hard road. Now we are here, the night before a hopefully very busy festival period for everyone. The Tri-Point Convergence is a celebration of peace and unity. We have worked hard together to create something that embodies this spirit, which is why I will make this short, so you can all go back to the free catering. I'm very proud and grateful for all your parts in it. Truly, I thank you. It is wonderful to see this bar filled with celebration once again. Let this be an optimistic vision of what we will bring not only to the festival, but also to each and every one of our establishments as well. I hope this gathering will bring us closer together, to give one another strength to pursue what we love. Oh, are those your partners? Which is another reason why we are here tonight. Tonight marks 15 years my partners have stayed by my side. I'm gonna cry. It doesn't matter how rough the road gets, they have always been there for me. Mills, Yeti, I love you, with all of my heart. Oh. What are you doing? Coating a delicious piece of meat in a layer of delicious beverage. That cannot go well. Oh, I'm gonna hurl. They're dancing. They're dancing. Sorry, I'm rusty. It's been a while. Wait, are we twirling? How do you twirl again? Follow the spin of my hand. Whoop! Now give me your other hand. And now we kiss. Oh. It's really nice to see Lydia like this. Yeah, she really deserves some fun after all the work she's done. I can't believe they've been together for 15 years. 1.5 decades worth of commitment. It's a lot of work. I know there were times when she really had to fight to keep everyone together. Have you been in a long-term relationship before? Before this, I've only had swings here and there, well, James, but let's not spoil the night. Yeah, my last went for a few years. It was back in my hometown, way before I came here. It started out well, but things changed for the worse. You already know I don't have much of an urge for certain things. Of course, that was the problem. My ex, well, she started to keep scores. She would do me favors so she could trade them in later for sex. Ugh. Yeah, that's manipulative too, guys. Just, FYI, don't do that to your partners, or if your partner does that to you, don't stand for that shit. Meanwhile, I would do the opposite. I used my chips to bargain out of sex. We didn't know what else to do. We didn't even think to talk about it. We didn't make any effort to understand each other. We were there for ourselves, and it just couldn't work in the end. Harold, I love you. I love you because even when all we do is sit quietly together, my heart beats like nothing else. I love you because waking up in the morning means I get to make breakfast with you. I love you because despite having every right in the world to be angry at me, you still didn't say what everyone else would have. If we just had sex like everyone else, it would have been fine. Still, every time James came up in a conversation, I would get these flashbacks to my ex. I was so afraid that if we started talking about sex and your sex life, history would somehow repeat itself. That isn't to say what I did was justified. I guess I didn't expect this relationship to go anywhere, so I took what I wanted and didn't put in any effort. Thank you for still being here, and I'm sorry. Let's just forget what happened and start again. What? No, we can't. If we pretend like nothing ever happened, then nothing will change. I can't afford to just forget anymore. Arthur, it's been a really great night, but it hasn't exactly been easy to feel great with you. The only reason why I'm still here is because you sat by my side and listened to me. If we just forget how much pain it took to get here, then what's the point? Do you know how many times I've had this same conversation with James? How many times I've run away just to forget and then come back again? I should have known better. Harold, that's not your fault. What James did to you, that's his bullshit he needs to face, not you. And it's my bullshit that I wasn't here when you needed me. Don't take all the credit. I also avoid confrontations just as much as anybody else. Well, how about this? As well as saying we should have done better, let's also try saying we will do better, and that we'll be here for each other, no matter what. That is an incredible amount of sap. It sounded so good, though. Yeah, let's try. I'm straight up gonna cry. How does Lydia's trio work? Lydia doesn't like romance, Mills doesn't like sex, and Yeti is sort of middle ground. Mills and Lydia are really close friends, and they're both Yeti's life partners. Huh. Somehow they really complement one another. Sounds like I'm Yeti, and you're Mills. We just need to find our Lydia. I'd say let's work on finding you someone you can be casual with first. But I honestly wouldn't mind having a third to snuggle with. James didn't work out so well. That's my fault. I should have been more involved. I don't know what I'm gonna do about him now. Considering where we left off and how our last breakup went, it's gonna be a whole thing. Actually, we should bring James to Lydia. She'll kick his ass. She absolutely would. That is not a bad idea. Anyway, all this and the festival tomorrow, I'm gonna go de-stress a bit. De-stress? Well, you know, rub one out. Lassie. Would you mind if I join you? No? No, I would not, Arthur. I would not mind at all. Are you surprised? I didn't expect you to be interested. Yeah, I think we kinda sped past this talk the first time it came up. I can be interested in these things from time to time. I thought the whole point of me going to James was so you didn't have to do it. Well, it's different. The most sexual thing I aspire to do is masturbate with myself. I use it to tire myself out or to feel myself relax, and it feels good too. I just don't have that whole attraction to do anything more with other people. It's hard to explain. Okay, how about this? What do you find sexy? Come again? Like, the way someone looks, how they smell, the way they dress, things like that. Well, you certainly smell very nice, and I like that you're a lot bushier than me. And when we cuddle, oh, that's what I think about when I work myself up. Out of curiosity, is there anything that's instant boner? You, fresh out of the bath with just a towel on. So, is it fair to say that these things make you want to engage sexually with me? Is that even a question? Yes, of course. See, that's the thing. Harold, I am endlessly and hopelessly attracted to you. And believe me, when you are on my mind when I work myself up too. But all I want is to snuggle up to you in bed. Sex is not my need, but I'm not repulsed by it either. I can live without it, but I can choose to do it if I wanted to. That doesn't make me a better or worse person, just different. Maybe slightly inconvenient in our case. I don't want you to do it if you don't really want to. I can go to my workshop and you can stay here if that's what you'd like. No, tonight and right now, I'd love to be here with you. I think it'll do us both some good. I might not get far, but would you like to maybe give it a shot? Yes, please, don't hold back on my account. So, this part contains explicit sexual content. I will skip it for now, but, you know, if you want to see it, go purchase the comic. That can't possibly be true. Even for a conspiracy, that's ridiculous. Harold, just think about it for a second. You said that every single bar you went to with James, there's always one creepy person who ruined your night, correct? Not every single one, and it's most likely just a very inconvenient coincidence. From what I can tell, James is incredibly possessive of you, right? I don't think it's completely unreasonable to think he might be in cahoots with a saboteur. Maybe he is the saboteur himself. Can't be true. It would be fairly worrying if it was. Well, more worrying than it already is. Either way, I promise I'll be more involved from now on. I can accompany you on your outings. We can make a date out of it. I'm a pretty good wingman too, you know. I'll make sure they treat you right. Honestly, I don't think we'll need to do that very often. I can still, you know, rub it out myself. I just needed you to be here for me. You need me to be here to watch you rub it. That's not what I meant. Seriously though, I could, if it helps. You're terribly insistent on doing it. Are you sure you aren't into it? I don't think so. We could always try. I just want to say, as an asexual spectrum person, the fact that Arthur is somewhere on the ace spectrum himself and still in a fulfilling relationship with someone who doesn't pressure him to do anything makes my heart feel so good. It makes me emotional. I just... Alright, so... the wingman thing sounds good. What else should we try? Should we make a want list? A want list? A want, will, won't list. A list of things that we want to do, that we might be willing to try, and that we don't want to do at all. It's a good starting point where you can get a sense of what everyone wants out of the relationship, sexual or otherwise. It's something my ex and I tried, and it did work while we still respected it. That's quite interesting. Definitely something we can try. Definitely. Arthur? Yeah? Can I be honest for a bit? Are you sure you want to do this? None of this is going to get any easier. It's never going to be easy. Not with you, not with anybody. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be prepared for it to end, but I want to try. Thank you for trying. Thank you for sticking around. Okay, that's enough emotions for me today. Good night. Wait, can I get a good night's kiss? So needy. Joking, of course you can. See you in the morning. See you too. I love you. Love you. Art and story by Heen Pham. Codes by Amos Wolf. These are all of the proofreaders. Special thanks to Let's Make Games, Play Up Perth, Comic Maker Network, and the Perth communities for being my cheerleaders and supporters always. Hey, the Kickstarter backers! Oh, I wonder if these are the artists that helped. Or maybe super backers? Probably super backers. Aww. Oh man, and yeah, these must be people who backed enough to show up in the actual comic. It Would Be Hard was truly my baby because it took almost 10 months from the launch of the Kickstarter to the release. For the past year, creating comics was my full-time job. I wake up every single day stressed and anxious that I would disappoint even just one of you, but you told me I was worth believing in and I believed it. Here we are. Arthur and Harold were parts of myself that grew into their own entities, and it was, well, really weird, but also such a privilege to be able to see. And the story that they led, well, I have no idea if It Will Be Hard is good enough or not, but maybe it doesn't matter. What matters is that I can't remember how many times I was brought to tears just writing and drawing these two queer men having breakfast together. What matters is that this story now exists. That someone could pick this up and say, hey, that's me. That's what matters. What matters is that this exists, and that's good enough. Thank you for bringing this to existence. And that's it. It Will Be Hard. I mean, obviously there are, like, slight tweaks, I think, in what you decided to pick at the beginning of some of the pages. I don't think it changes the main story, but, you know, there's still more to see, and I hope that motivates you to go buy the comic, because he put so much love and emotion and work into this story, and you can really tell, and you can tell how much representation means to him, and also just telling a damn good story. It's so good. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching and for checking this out. I'm going to leave the link to this comic and the developer information I can find in the description, and I hope you have a great week. Later.